Hi everyone, today we're going to be navigating through EngageBSU and how to get to the event registration form. As you may already be familiar with, there are a number of forms that are associated with putting on an event, a meeting, or a program, but one thing to note is the event registration form must be submitted for anything that your organization is putting on, whether it's for students to attend and new members, or even if it's just for a meeting for your organization members. So today, I will point out I am already logged into EngageBSU. So what I did is I went to engage.bridgew.edu. I logged in with my BSU username and credentials, my password, and this was my home page. Right now, I'm just going to point out that today what we're doing is called event registration. So anytime that you're putting on an event or a meeting, once it's approved by your CSE advisor, it will populate like this, whether it is a forward-facing public event or if it's private for your members. So this is where it would populate as well as the BSU mobile app. So just wanted to point that out really quick as that's a great thing to understand what you're submitting and where it goes. So today, what I was saying is we're going to get over to that form. Most other forms you will find on the RSO management page in regards to reserving space, the program detail request, anything like that will be on the RSO management page. But for right now, the only other form that you need to navigate to regarding this is your event registration, which you're going to come up here and click groups. Typically, you'd be going to the RSO management page for those other forms, but for the event registration, you want to go to your specific organization. For this, we're probably gonna end up choosing RSO management just for the sake of this video because I don't want to go into any other group. But say, hypothetically, I was a member of Active Minds and I was gonna go put in an event that we were hosting. I already reserved this space. I'm gonna go in here and submit the event registration. For the sake of this, I'm gonna click RSO management just so we can show this page. On the back end, so this should populate. Hypothetically, you would say Active Minds right up here because I am now on the back end of my organization's page. Right down here, you'll see that recently I've already been in here. I've already been on the events. It may not populate there for you if you've never done it, so you may need to scroll down through the different features on your page, and you're going to want to navigate to the green one right up here. So we're going to go ahead and click on Events. If you've already had either other members or yourself submit some, they're going to populate right here. You can see for different dates, you can navigate what groups have done in the past or search. But for today, we're creating a brand new one. So I'm going to come over here and click Event. So now we are in the creating event, or what we call as event registration. Again, this form will be utilized for events, meetings, and programs. So even if you think, well, my weekly meetings aren't really an event, for the purpose of EngageBSU, please note that any single thing needs to be on this form. So when it says event name, if it's for meetings, I'm going to put in RSO weekly meetings. So it's just kind of keeping that in mind so that even if you may not associate it with a particular event, everything that your organization puts on is technically an event or a program. I'll just go through a few really quick features. I'm not going to go through this entire form, but if you have any questions, always feel free to stop by RSO management page, connect with any of our student engagement assistants. You can also reach out to your CSE advisors who may be located in the Rondeau Student Union in room 103 or room 111. For right now, I just wanted to point out the description. So when we were on that front page where those different events were listed, the description needs to be eye-catching. This is where different students are coming in to say, hey, what are RSO weekly meetings all about? So make sure to have that really eye-catching, really informative. Anything that you think pertains to the outer public and advertising this event should be located here. So for this, I'm just going to say these are the weekly meetings for RSO management members. Nothing too deep just because I'm going to have it just for my members. But we're going to scroll on down. Event type, select whatever is most likely connected to what you're putting. Just because on the other side of it, if we have students who are looking for specific events, if they're looking for, community service opportunities and you select that, it'll populate as something that is familiar to them. So for this, I'm going to click on meetings. Event tags, I don't currently have any set up, and you most likely won't either, so you can skip on down through that. For the organizing team, you're going to want to put any event coordinator. This already has me populated in, but you could create another person who's working on this. So say I'm putting on these meetings, and I want to make sure that we're both in the loop if someone reaches out with any questions, so I can put in their name and their BSU email to be a part of that conversation. As you'll notice, what I'm talking about is right down here in this section is how do you want your attendees contacting you? So say someone has a question about this event that's coming up, or your CSE advisor does before they approve it. Do you want them to create a chat or to email you? So what I'm going to select is this chat feature because I really love it. Right up here on EngageBSU, you have a chat feature that similarly functions like a Facebook Messenger, another social media app kind of messenger right up here. So this is a great spot to be able to connect with anyone on BSU's campus right through that chat feature. So I'm going to keep that selected. When I scroll down, as I'd mentioned, right now I'm putting RSO meetings in, so that's most likely going to end up being every week. So one important feature right here is reoccurring event settings. So I can scroll down, and rather than submitting this form a number of times, I can go in and say, I have this meeting every single Wednesday, and I can go and start to select it. This will be such a nice feature so you don't have to go in and submit this multiple times, and also say, hey, we're not having a meeting on a specific date, and skip that right there. Once you have that all set, you can really close it right here, and now it's already in here. So I can also put in a specific date. If it's only a one-time thing, I'm having it on that day. I can go in and say it's on the 9th. I'm going to have it at 10. Oh, let's not have an event at 10 p.m. at 6 p.m. to 7:30. And then that will be what is located on your page. The last thing that I'm really going to tap in right now to is where your event is. So that's important to know. Is it on campus or off campus? Every event that your organization is having, whether it's on campus or off campus, needs to be registered. So if you're having an off-campus event, please make sure to fill out this form as well. But for on campus, please make sure to put in your location here. You should already have your space reserved before submitting this event registration. So once you get that tentative confirmation from university events, I could put in RSU 212 because I know that I'm having my weekly meetings in that space, so I would go in there and click that right there. If you're having a Zoom meeting, you could put in the Zoom link right here and be able to tell folks how to get to it if you have that feature as well. But there are a lot of questions within this form. You can add up a flyer, you can add an event photo, really make it eye-catching. But this was just a quick way to show you exactly how to get to that form. If you have any questions, please feel free to email bsuinvolved@bridgew.edu or speak with your CSE advisor with any questions you have.